Welcome back to 2D4 RPG. This is the second session of the Burnlands Saga. I am your host, the game master, the storyteller, maybe the terror to these players. We will find out.
Good luck.
Can I get my characters to introduce themselves?
I am Darian Theron, a holy knight from the Republic of Rome. And I am here to cleanse the Burnlands. In the name of God, the greatest.
I am Galen. Darian did it.
Yes.
Perfectly describes me.
That pretty much
Galen.
does.
It does.
did it.
That is fantastic. Took me a sec. And of course,
I'm Roscoe. Adventurer. Searcher for things and artifacts. I find the nicks and the knacks, and I sell them.
Do you
And then
find
I
the patty
usually
wax?
sell them to Galen or Darren or somebody else who is stupid enough to buy them.
yes. And I am hoping from my compatriots who are actually on Twitch double checking, I'm assuming our audience is confirming that we are coming through fine.
We are indeed, and we shall give thanks to Frogscanner, our number one fan at this moment, having been there ever since the beginning.
Yep.
And until the end, it seems, at least for now.
And
This might be our final show. No one knows. No one can tell. We don't intend to stop, but hey, miracles can
number
happen.
okay.
My 7th
Oh,
month
and-
anniversary, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes,
yeah.
it is. There. So how you been finding?
Provisional still. We could still kick you off at any point. Just don't fuck up.
Yep.
Unsub. Where is that?
Oh, boy.
What do you mean we are an unforgiving audience?
Substandard. Yes, that's it.
Okay. Right. So you gentlemen had appeared in a tavern after a long journey. And we'll come straight back into that. Oh, I'm very sorry, gentlemen, about that beer. I don't know why it was off. It's a shame. It's definitely not to die for. Maybe to die off with it being
By
off. But
4. Oh, that's...
but I really do apologise. Here, I've replaced the barrel. It should be fine now.
the whole barrel. Thank you.
Oh, not the barrel. Here's the tankards with the new beer. and you all get handed new tankards and all that. There, you can see the tavern keeper being hesitant, just eyeing you all up, just seeing how you all respond to the new alcohol that's been passed to you. So, is it to your standard, you fair gentlemen?
It's
Is
fine.
it poisoned in any way?
No. Again, I do not know how that happened. My deepest apologies. But you were telling
The old one was poisoned. Oh, good to know.
But you were telling me a story. Yes, something about sheep.
The ale is sufficient. Thank you.
Oh no, sorry, no. I always think of it. I always focus on the unimportant details, not sheep. Yeah, I got back to the city. You were discussing, I think, your plans, but and then I had to run off. I think the last thing you said something about.
We were leaving the tavern, and there were the alarms sounding as we stepped
yes.
outside the not so reputable establishment of our dear friend Roscoe's associates.
Yes, and with that, we fade back. The three of you, as Darren had described, had just left the establishment of Roscoe's compatriot Roger there. And as you're trying to discuss your next plans, you had heard a commotion from the outside the city towards the city gates. What are you doing?
The show discussion is still on.
Oh. That does help. Thank you. It's not after
Thanks
show.
to Froggy.
Thank you.
What?
We should give him an assistant producer credit or assistant.
Yeah, just hand them the OBS.
Moderator.
That was me who typed that, not Froggy.
That is. Well, I thought you could have just said it, but no, you had
Didn't want to interrupt him.
Thank you. Yeah.
that point.
So, but what are you gentlemen doing?
We're at this tavern, or is
This is you have just left. So you're at the city of Beth. If you look at your map, you have just left the tavern that's just pinged there. Okay, so you're, a couple 100 meters away down the main road from the outer city gates. You're just at a tavern just off the amphitheater.
We can see only a large map of the whale.
Are you?
We can't see the city.
Yeah, roll 20, we don't see anything.
Oops.
Ha ha! Point,
Ooh.
laugh. Ha ha ha!
Yeah.
Also, music.
Yes. Thank you. Right.
Ah,
Yes. So,
music?
yeah.
Oh, that's the song. I can't hear it for some
Very
reason.
eerie.
So
music.
you are
Ooh.
actually here.
you're gonna have to lower the volume to at least
I will.
half or even a quarter of what it is?
Yep,
Yes.
I will.
I mean, it's beautiful, but
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Distracting.
That's up. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It would help if I would actually set the speakers to the right device. So now I can hear the music.
Okay. So now that we've got that all that way, so you've just so you're back in the city of Beh. The flashback is in the city of Beh. You've left Roger's Tavern there, where you were discussing what you were going to be doing with the valuables that you had picked up, and also about these notes that you had found from the assassins. When, as I said, to the east of you, down the main road towards the city gates, there's a commotion, screams, crying out in the middle of the night.
East?
Yes. So.
These city gates, sorry.
Yes.
Not this gate. Okay.
No, that.
Are they still looking for us? For me and the artifact? I should hide it. But
I can't see it now. Good job.
so
I will make a quick prayer to the Lord. Oh great God, give me your vision. Should I help my friends or the town?
And what happens there, Darren, is you get a vision, not of the city, but of what appears to be an armed camp. The flags of the Templars flying. There's shouts, there's screams, there's fighting going on. You recognize this road, Darian. It's the road that you've just recently rode up on. Just a short while ago. It's the road south of the city. You see an image of your friend from the Order, Thormas, fighting an opponent. And the vision fades.
South of the city.
South of the city, yes.
Shing. I must ride.
Wait.
What?
Fine, let's follow. We must get out of here. Wherever you're going, I'm sticking with you.
Then follow me quick. I must get my steed and ride out.
So Darren has a steed, but what about the rest of you gentlemen? Because Roscoe was walking from the Burnlands. And what about Galen? Do you have a steed, sir?
I came back with Darian. Trying to remember his name. Honestly, don't know if I was riding with him or
Running
him.
after him.
Well, no, like with him, like as in also on his steed, or with him on my own steed. I don't remember. Memory check. No, lore. Yes. Now I remember. Yes, I had my own steed.
Yes.
If it had been poor, I would have said no. I was riding with him.
I would say more like a resources maybe for yourself.
It wasn't a very good steed.
It's an average steed.
Well, I don't have any skill in resources. So.
Yeah.
I think Roscoe would not want to steal a horse, even though it's easy for me to do. Right now, I'm going inconspicuous. I would like to buy something or rent something.
It's just with the time of night. It's in the middle of the night there, so there won't be anyone to buy a horse from.
Ride
Ride with me,
Darian.
Roscoe.
Very
You
well.
left your treasure in the tavern. You weigh nothing.
Very well. I go with you, Roscoe. Thank you.
So you get. So I'm assuming you've all got. So Roscoe and Darian on one steed, and then Galen on his donkey. By the looks of it, off his resource roll. There.
It's a steed. It's a steed. It's a steed.
Oh, it's just an average horse. It's not a poor horse.
It's a Shetland. He's riding. It's a Shetland pony.
It's definitely a shit.
So you're saying it's a quarter horse?
So, anyway, we're joking aside. You're riding down the street towards the city gates, and the sound of the commotion's getting louder and louder. The shouting, the screaming. You see the wooden gates of the city. The guards are rushing up, holding one group of guards are holding the gate. Two groups of guards are holding the gates closed, and you can see the gates being moved and being pushed, trying to be pushed open, while the guards are trying to push it closed. There's another group of guards who are arguing with a group of people who are, and from the shouts outside, you hear the cries of let us in. They're killing us.
You there? Who's attacking?
As you come up to the gates, a guard saying, we don't know who is attacking, but the orders are clear. The gates are to be shut at night.
Open the gates. The people are dying.
My orders are to the king, sir.
Are you a man of faith, or are you a sniveling coward?
I am a loyal guard of the king.
And king would have his subjects slain?
I have to think of the subjects of the city.
You can hold the gate, are you not men? You can let them in and close the gates behind them, can you not?
There's an entire army out there that's meant to be able to protect those people. If they're being able to be If they cannot protect the people, then we do not have the men to hold the gate.
You can hold the gate.
If they can kill the entire men defending out there, I don't think a wooden gate is going to stop them.
We can hold the
Let the people in.
The more people you have in, the more people you have to defend the gate.
For once, make a decision that is useful. Think for yourself. Look at the humanity. Do
The
what
God
is right.
God will be on your side, for the God is greatest. And I will help you hold the gate until you can close it again.
It's why you're having this argument with an almighty crack. The argument that you and the guard captain are having is rendered mute as with an almighty crack. The wooden beam that's holding the gate cracks, and the two groups of guards trying to hold it back are pushed back, and an almighty throng of people rush in.
And now you have no gate.
The
Friendlies, not friendlies. What do they look like? What's the
Can I
situation?
get you guys to all give me notice rolls? It is going to be... I say you need to roll a 3 or more. It's in the middle of the night, okay? There is
1,
torches.
2, 3. You didn't time that right, Booster. 3. Try again. 3.
1, 2, 3. There's my notice.
3.
Come on.
Nope.
I don't know. I don't recognize that roll of 120, guys. It takes a moment there as the people start rushing in. You see that the vast majority of people who are rushing in at the moment are, people just in civilian attire. Outside the city gates is the just south of on the south city walls is the camp of the army that's been brought to protect the city during the coronation, and outside that camp is all the camp followers for those troops. And from that, it would appear to be the people from that camp. But as you're looking, it takes a moment for you gentlemen to pick up that some of these people who are running are actually got wounds that would be deadly for any people. And it's just as that's happening, this is when this mob attacks.
Just a flesh wound.
So
The mob is attacking the guards?
yes.
Oh, fuck.
Should we help them?
Yeah.
Well, obviously they're between us and our goal, so yes.
No, I meant help the mob.
To die.
4.
Okay. So
Wait, these people look like they're injured. And then they attack.
Werewolves.
So
Werewolf.
No. Vampires.
So
No.
with this, we're going straight into combat, guys. There.
Right.
No.
All the NPCs are going to be going first, and then it'll be handed to you, and you guys will then be able to decide, based on what you're seeing, what your actions are. Okay? So you will see the mob of people that were trying to get in will just swarm over the guards and seem to fall upon them there. And they will do their roll. Okay. And the guards will start trying to defend themselves. There. And from that, some of the guards, they hold their own, but they start to getting to be pushed back as they start to interlock their shields. You can see a wee bit of blood, and a soldier just holding his shoulder there, but at the moment no one has fallen. The actual captain there shouts at his men, and the soldiers start to lock their shields. They draw their swords, and they start to try and hold the remains of the gate as best they can.
The wounded people who were attacking, or the ones that appear to be wounded?
Probably zombies.
Well, basically that was what I was going to ask. Do they look like they're in control of themselves, or are they just mindlessly?
When you look at the bodies, some of them will appear to be, in full control. But there's a few, when you actually look at them, you'll see that their heads are lolling around uncontrolled there. Others, you'll see a glint of green glow from the eyes.
So are these the Burnland living dead?
These are the infected. I have seen this before.
You would have heard of this, Darian.
I would have fought these during during the crusade the 3 seasons ago.
Yes, you've come across examples of these. They are corrupted.
And they are to be slain. Again.
Okay, so the guards will start their attack. So they're on that 2, the defense of... Okay. So in quick order, even outnumbered, the guards training, they lock up and quickly and surely they start doing strikes, taking off limbs, taking off heads, doing anything that would just drop down bodies as best they could. And while these soldiers are being efficient and clean, they are slowly but surely being pushed back towards you 3 gentlemen.
They are corrupted. These are not the civilians. We must help the guards, or the whole city will suffer. Can we move? Is it our turn now? And can we go
Yes,
in
it is. I would say, from your positioning, where the guards and the mob is, that's 1 zone away from where you are. Okay, so where you're positioned here.
Sure.
If you move 1 zone, you're in. You can move 1 zone and attack freely. There.
3 actions: move, attack, move, attack, attack.
You can do
wrong system.
Nope, wrong system. You can do a move there into 1 zone and still do an action there.
Okay,
if
thank you.
If you want to move multiple zones, it's then a physical roll.
All right. So who wants to go first?
Cast Pathfinder. Okay, now.
Yeah, sorry.
Now we get 3 actions.
This is why we're doing this again, to reintroduce ourselves to.
Yeah.
I would say because it's actually, I would say possibly the person that's most likely to react. I'll make it simple for you guys. I think because I was the one that was doing the turn there. The person that's most likely to react to this would be Darian. There, as he's got the most experience fighting these.
And Darian will be drawing his blade and yelling out, "Roscoe, hold on!" and galloping forward with the blade drawn,
So he's moving you for you.
smiting away.
So you've already been moved, Roscoe. So you're
Perfect. Absolutely fantastical.
Yeah, you don't have to move, Roscoe. You're there. I'm going to look for some way that I can help these guys because my fighting skills are not.
Important. Yes.
So what I want to do is try to find some way to give them an advantage.
Yeah.
And
But I would have to
what do I
first
know
finish
about
my
these
roll.
these zombie things?
Let Darian do his action first. Okay.
Yeah, because it's you get to do things when my turn is over.
Yeah.
No, but I was trying to give you advantage on your turn.
That's why we have turn order. Unfortunately,
All right. I narrated
Jan
it.
said I go first.
Yeah. Sorry.
Then I decide who goes next.
You
and
could
so
then
forth.
you could then go next, and then Roscoe could gain the benefit.
Yeah.
Good point.
So that's how the initiative works. So
Yeah.
You
who
froze.
goes first,
Yeah.
and then he decides who goes next and next and next.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Which is interesting system.
Yeah.
Because the game master can punish us by being lost.
But it's also what makes I go with what makes narrative sense there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go as Smiteruni around here.
Okay. So
So if I use Templar fighting style, that's
Yes,
a permanent
plus
thing,
2
or
to
do I
your
need to use?
Yeah.
Do I need to use a fate point, or is that just
no,
regular?
that's just an ordinary stunt because
Okay.
it's very highly specific. And have you added your +2 for that also?
Yeah, that's the Templar fighting style
Yeah.
immediate.
Okay. So you've rolled a 5. Okay. Let me see what I. Oh God. The 5. I'm on. So it's a wash for me. It's on. So you rush in with your scream, your war cry. You just
That is great.
you just start mowing down but it's not just that. You're rearing the horse, getting it to kick out and lash out. So it's not just you are the weapon. The horse itself becomes part of the weapon.
Does Roscoe stay on?
We'll see.
Yeah. It becomes a bucking bronco of a ride for poor Roscoe, who's not expecting this there.
Dun, 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 dun.
But in the middle of the gates,
William Tell.
the guards hearing, of course, hearing the actual charge of the horse had ducked as it jumped over them there, and you've cleared a massive circle in the middle of the gates. There is actually just a few stragglers left. It's just as you're looking at this, Darian, as the horse is circling around, what you will see, Darian, is from the shadows, from the side streets, figures hooded in dark clothes are moving towards the gates behind the guards.
Guards behind you.
Okay, and they start looking behind them. It's okay. So
Then I give my turn to Galen, who is not being pushed around by a bucking bronco and can actually think straight.
yeah. What you're gonna see, Galen, right? You're a zone away, so you're just down the road, okay. And what you will see there is a lot of the creatures have been actually fallen. There's some remaining, but it's wet. but the guards approaching these guards are these figures in hoods.
Do I recognize them from anywhere?
The kind of clothing that you're seeing is reminiscent of the clothing that was worn by the individuals that had attacked you at the tavern earlier in the day. But this time there's more of them.
And you're saying it's nighttime.
Yes.
All right. What I'm going to do is... sorry, Roscoe, you're on your own.
It's fine.
I'm going to try and give an advantage to the guards
Okay.
by lighting and tossing some fireworks towards the faces of these hooded, cloaked folks
Okay.
to try and blind them.
I like that. Okay.
I like it too.
Yeah, I would say... Okay. Right.
But you're going to make me do a shoot, aren't you?
Creative edge there. It is going to be a shoot. But I'd say you've got the drop on them. The way they kind of... You were kind of hanging back. And the way these gentlemen, they've come... The actual alloys they've came out of were in front of you. So you're behind them. So you can... So it's not like you're having to throw it while they're trying to rush you at the moment. So I'd say, let's say the difficulty is 2 for this.
Any way I can get an advantage before I roll?
Point of order. Could you just use a fate point to proc it?
He could use a fate point to give him a bonus, or he could wait, do the roll, see how he does, then either use a fate point, use an appropriate aspect to then add a +2 if that's going to work, or do a reroll about whatever's going to be more appropriate. Yes.
Well, it's going to be a crap shoot because I'm crap at shooting, so let's go for it. I clicked and nothing happened. I clicked and nothing happened again. I clicked a third time and nothing happened.
All right, so you.
Okay.
I should open up a menu in the game screen that asks you for a modifier.
Right.
Shoot.
Shoot. But as I said, if you do a
fate point for +2.
+2,
Yeah,
you tie.
but you need to tie it to one of your aspects somehow. What would explain that you get +2? Like, I'm a crack shot, so I should get +2 on this.
No, I'm a crap shot.
So what's your aspects, sir?
A good opportunity to go through them.
Yes.
In voice.
Yes.
Well, my aspects are I'm a silver-tongued illusionary archivist.
Don't think that one.
What does this do? I can tell you, Roscoe. Figuring out how things work, basically.
Oh yeah, well you know that these are fireworks, and they would create something kick-ass.
And also,
distraction.
It's part of your relationship with Roscoe. It was also you describing you helping Roscoe out.
Yes.
So you could just be applying the second part that you're doing this to help Roscoe.
Yeah.
So I'll be willing to give you on that.
All right. So it costs me a fate point.
That will cost you a fate point. That will tie you for the difficulty. And when you are tied on the difficulty...
Oh, so I needed a 3. Okay. I might have thought of something else.
It will actually create... Okay. What it will do is it will allow you to actually create the advantage. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That they are blinded. It's just that you won't get any freeing folks on it. Okay? So if these guys want to then use the fact that they're blinded, they can spend fate points to use them though. Okay? So let me actually just in a wee bit of text put that aspect down that we've got, and we'll do it in red so it's clean. I might want to increase the size. Blinded cultists.
Blinded by the light.
Okay. And might want to increase the size actually, because it's not as big as I thought it was going to be. Okay, you guys can see that? On the map?
What are we supposed to be seeing? Oh.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I've just
I see a little square thing. Blinded cultist.
I see giant blinded cultists.
Yeah. I'm just going to be putting aspects up there just to
Oh, okay.
say. So that aspect's created. There's no freedom folks on it, but anyone can actually spend fate points to utilize it until I deem enough times past that it disappears.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay. So you've not given them the freedom folks, but you still created it for them to use. Okay. I'm then assuming, are you wanting to move Galen or do anything else?
I guess I will move to the side of, to the side of the cultists.
So you're kind of moving into a kind of like a cranny or a nook where they can't really see you.
Yes.
There. Okay. Yeah, you move and hide yourself into an alcove of a doorway. There. Okay. And as you're doing that, there's a loud crack and a blinding light as the cultists just go, ah! And you just see them like this, trying to clutching at their eyes. And I think in that case we're passing on to Roscoe, because that's who we can only go to.
Roscoe's bouncing up and down on the thing, and in one easy flip, he does this perfect dismount by jumping up and landing perfectly on his feet.
Okay.
Knives drawn.
Okay. You still have the remains of the actual mob that's assaulted the door. Okay?
Yes.
So there are still some, so you can attack them or you can move a zone to engage with the cultists that are trying to sneak up. It's up to you.
Darren, I'll hold them off. You go to help the guards. And I'm gonna pull both knives and go in for my attack on them.
Okay. Give me your...
Can I do an attack and a defend afterward?
The defend is always a reactive move. So if I attack you, you will
understand.
Do your defend. And if it's then you're surrounded there, you'll gain the benefit of your whirlwind of blades.
I was not sure how that worked, so that's what I'm asking for clarification.
That's fine.
Right now, I'm just doing a straight attack at the remaining of them, and I'm gonna click on fight.
Fight. It's a totally different thing. He's doing wushu martial arts, people.
Froggy was reading my mind, by the way.
Since it's a high concept, do I add +2 or do I just leave it at 0?
If you were to spend a fate point, you can add a +2 if you've got I'm assuming you want to use your warrior aspect.
Right, but that's okay. I was just asking because I see under aspects, I don't have it there as an aspect, and that's perfectly acceptable to me.
Yeah.
Just asking for clarification.
No.
Here we go. So I jump forward and start swiping.
And if you do your roll, sir.
Roscoe de la Española.
Okay.
Roscoe.
With a whirlwind of blades, Roscoe starts just going through. Arms start getting ripped off. Blood splattered everywhere. And after a few moments, Roscoe is just standing surrounded by a pile of the remaining bodies that have assaulted the gates. They have been defeated.
Intern.
And now you get to choose any one, including the NPCs.
Yeah.
You can choose yourself, because your turn is in the next round and available.
Yep.
And you can choose any one of us or the any two groups of the NPCs.
Who are you talking to?
You.
I could do what?
You can choose any one of the combatants to go next because it's the next full round and everyone is available.
Yeah, so you can make
including yourself.
Interesting, very interesting. Very well. I choose Darian because I just gave him a command.
Very well.
Okay.
He's always telling you what to do.
Always
No, I mean, like, like, I'll hold them off here. You go help the others is what I basically had said.
Okay.
So narratively, in my brain, that's what I choose next.
Darian, what you're going to see is there's kind of 3 groups of these cultists. A group of 6 in the middle of the road, okay? And then there's another group of 6, hugging the left-hand side, and another group of 6 hugging the right-hand side. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So which group, if you're going to be attacking anyone, which one are you thinking that you'll be attacking?
Oh, I'm not going to be attacking.
Ooh.
I'm going to be defending.
Right.
I'm going to be I'm going to ride in front, ride to the group of guards and set up this zone of death against these guards. With these guards against them, like join the rank and file in my cavalry form to assist them as needed. Okay. So what I intend to do is to form an advantage for the guards against these murder hobos here.
Okay.
Hobos.
Okay, right. So what are you going to do to give them the advantage there, apart from just your own presence? What else do you think you're going to be doing?
I'm going to be the mobile heavy shock force, the shock cavalry going from wherever wherever a cultist group attacks. There's going to be a flanking cavalry strike there.
Okay, right. Okay.
To give the poor sods more than they can handle.
Right. Give me a fight roll on create advantage. It's you trying to use your knowledge of fighting to work out the most appropriate place to position yourselves in relation to the guards.
I am taking this is not these are not actual corrupted. These are just idiots on the wrong side of the fence.
These are cultists, man.
These guys that are attacking, that you're seeing coming up, that you were warning about, the garb that they're wearing is similar to the garb of the gentleman that attacked.
I'm just asking. Do I get the +2?
Oh, sorry. Right, they're not corrupted. No.
Yep, that's what I mean.
Sorry,
so it's a regular fighting roll.
Just a regular fighting roll at a difficulty 2. There.
They're corrupt, not corrupted.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Yep. I don't have an aspect that I can use at the moment for this, so I'm just gonna roll this regulares. That's a terrible. I can see this going in the way that Darian actually is
I know exactly
planning on
where to
doing
go.
that. Doing that, but he gets how do you call it? Engaged with one group too much and just can't disengage from that.
Plus, they're blinded, so maybe the firecrackers hit you.
That's fantastic.
Or maybe you should use a fate point and try that again.
Yeah. One of the firecrackers with the longer fuse blows up just as I'm riding over it, and my horse spooks. Throwing me off.
Yes. Fantastic.
Okay.
Who was I creating the advantage for again?
Okay. If you're wanting to do that, I'm happy with it. I'm happy.
I want to take that because that is just fitting.
Do you imagine the horse spooking, right? Are you in your head? Are you still seeing yourself holding on to it, or are you going off it?
Falling flat on your back.
I'm gonna roll this.
Because I'm actually willing to give you a fate point to compel you to take. I'll give you a fate point if just they cause more trouble for yourself.
Which one is more trouble for myself? Which one of these do you consider more trouble?
You actually falling off your horse in the horse.
Okay, I'll fall off the horse.
Okay,
I'll take that.
Add the fate point, sir.
I will add myself a fate point.
Okay.
Now I'm above the fate refresh value.
That's a man. You can.
I know it doesn't. I'm boasting.
I know. I'm going to get you to spend.
Before the last round.
I'm going to get you to spend though.
Oh, empty promises.
Yeah. I'll try and get you to spend. Yeah, okay.
Now it's their turn. Let us see what they have in store for us.
Okay. So you land flat on your back. They're dying. Breath wheezing out of your mouth. Who's going next, sir?
The next, I reckon, would be the cultists.
Ooh.
Good call.
They immediately take the advantage of that warrior falling down.
Well, they didn't see it anyway.
The cultists,
They can hear the
And if they did, they'd just be laughing.
so it'll be the NPCs then are going. Okay.
Yep.
The guards hold. So the guards will hold their lines. So the cultists will attack there. But what the guards will do is they will split into 3 groups to meet off, and they will form a semi-ring around you, Darian, there, to protect your body. So the first group of assassins, there will come.
They're assassins.
Okay, there 1, 2, 5. Okay. Against. Okay. So that's a 2, that's 3. Okay. So the leftmost, what happens next is the leftmost flank gets besieged. 2 of the guards fall. While they hold them off for a while, it's just the numbers on the assassin's side allow them to, distract one guard by fainting, and when he's trying to deal with one, he gets hit from another side, and slowly but surely 2 of them fall. The third one is backing up from the crowd. The centermost mass of the actual assassins then attack the centermost amount of guards. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's 1, that's going to be 6. The guards there.
Now, we still have an advantage. I mean, we have them at a disadvantage still, right? Because they're blinded.
If you want, you could use your fate. You could use it to use a fate point for the guard's advantage.
I would like to use my fate point for their guard's advantage. Yes.
Okay, thank you. To give them, I'm assuming just would that be so the assassins are rolling a 6 at the moment. My guards have rolled that's a 3 there. Plus the 2 from the teamwork. 5. Yeah, so if you just give them the +2, the guards hold off the attack with no losses. Okay.
Yes.
So, no, that's fine. So, remove a fate point for yourself for doing that. Okay. With that, they're pushed back, but they don't fall. But at the same time, they're just defending themselves there. And then it's the third group on the right flank. Okay, that's a wash. 6. And the defense. 4. Okay. So the second group, they, unlike the other side, they do hold, but still one of the men fall there from the attack. So when it comes to the guards that were holding the gate, a third of them have fallen there. But the outermost force that was attacking the gate have all been dispatched. But it's these assassins, using the number and the distraction of the attack on the gate, have taken advantage of that. Now it's going to be the guards then do their counter attack from that. There. It is.
Boy, get 'em, boys.
And the way this happens is all the remaining guards stop forming their own separate groups and they form up into one massive shield wall. Okay? Instead. And they actually decide to charge the and they decide to charge the leftmost flank of them.
Fantastic.
So they'll launch their attack. Okay, that's a -1. To the roll. There's. Yeah.
Calculating.
So, yep. So yeah, 6 of them. So that's 6 for their attack. And the actual assassins. Yeah. Ooh. So the attack go. So they catch the. So they do actually catch. You know what? I'm going to use one of my fate points.
Oh boy.
I'm going to counter it with mine.
No.
This is in our favor. This is in our favor.
Yeah, I'm going to use one.
Okay.
I'm going to use one of the fate points that the guards are. They notice that some of the men on the actual assassins are not as organized because they're still seeing, lights in their eyes, and they do it in a way so the attack is even more effective. And when they hit, they leave free of they leave half of that side dead on the floor.
Nice.
And with that, the remaining half of those men start pulling back in nervousness, and the guards reshift themselves in a diagonal line to look towards the other two groups. And I will move it on to... So Darren went before me, he moved me.
I see.
Let's think. Galen.
Yes.
Yes, I think it's you. This fight that's scaling up is you find yourself, you are behind them again because their attention is actually on the guards and the gates.
Where I always want to be is behind them, of course.
Yeah.
Should I try actually attacking? Or should I try and distract them more? Can I try and make it seem as if there's a whole new set of guards coming
Yep.
to the aid of the guards at the gate?
Yes, I am happy. How would you be doing that, though?
I take it the guards don't normally come by horseback, so I can't do
So
the.
there is actually a mounted element of the
Ah,
guards.
okay. I'm going to. Using my silver-tongued aspect, try to simulate the arrival of some more mounted guards and support our brothers, defend from behind, and in different voices and stuff like that.
And
Defend from
then
behind.
also see if you can throw the voice and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
Okay. I'm willing to get. I would say, hold off on the fate point at the moment until you see how well you do. I am willing, with it being dark, them also being confused. Deceive roll, difficulty
Nice.
2. There.
How about 4?
4. There. And
Plus, Darian's horse is still going around in circles somewhere by himself.
yeah, so difficulty 4. Let me just see. Oh no, that's that. With
I rolled a
that,
0.
no, that's it. So you create a new. So I'm thinking that you, with this, you create an aspect that's in the cultist's head of the guards are coming. Okay?
The guards are coming. The guards are coming.
And you will get one free invoke on that. There. Okay.
As a re-explanation to myself and to Froggy, what does that mean I can do?
So what happens is you've created the advantage, so you've created an aspect that's in the head of these men that there's, as you said, more reinforcements coming to attack them. So whenever one of these guys decide to, if they were to invoke it, because you've succeeded there, there's a free invoke that they can use if you're willing to pass it.
Yeah.
Which I assume you are.
Now I understand.
And they're not having to pay a fate point. And this is the entire purpose of characters like yourself, even if they don't, when you don't have high shoot or fight, create a advantage, get all those bonuses stacked up, that if they all got free invokes, you can then put a massive big hit without a cost of a fate point there.
Good plan.
Yep.
Understand.
And are you doing anything else there?
Can I actually? Is that like trying to think with the other systems? Is that like my action, or is that my?
Yeah, that would be your action. Yes. There.
Okay, so I can't also throw a rock at the back of one of their heads or something like that.
Well, I'd say what you're doing as part of it is you're kind of darting in your zone from side to side, doing all these different calls and the hands clopping, and there's just a massive cacophony of echoes, right? And you see the cultists' heads are starting to dart back and forth, because they've got the guards on one side, and it sounds like they're going to be charged in the next minute or so by cavalry. No one wants to be in that position. But I'm then assuming you're handing to Roscoe.
I will hand to Roscoe.
Yeah. In that case.
Well, the Roscoe looks around, sees there are no more targets.
Yeah.
Slowly turns at the cultist assassins. More I'm gonna run full speed to get to that zone.
Yeah.
And
So
What was
as I
that?
said, there's the left flank. They've had half their number cut down. There's a group in the middle of the road. They have not been touched at all. And the same for the group on the actual right. They're
Gotcha.
intact. They're intact. The groups, if you quick numbers, you can see there's 3 guys on the left hand side of the road as you're running up, 6 in the middle, and 6 on the right. There.
knowing the back end, since I'd seen Darian fighting the ones in the middle before he fell back on his butt,
Had to emphasize that.
I will fly through that section and attack the group in the middle.
So you're going to attack the group in the middle. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Let's have you. So you. Right. Let's.
What's
just a fight.
I'm
roll.
here to help.
Mhm.
Jump in and
Yeah.
start jump into the middle and start attacking whoever is closest to.
Yeah, be just the group in the middle there that you'll be attacking.
All right, here's my fight score, and that will be. Now, can I? What was the thing that Galen set up?
Galen has got both the Afrean folk on the guards are coming there, so you can add a +2 from that if you want to use it there, because I'm assuming Galen is allowing it to be used by any one person there.
Yes, but we might want to wait for a better roll than 2, just because that way we can get a massive advantage.
Well, let me.
Is
see
it
what-
is it only a one time? Is it only a one time use or is it
What's that?
multi-time
There's
use?
one-time use of it on a Freeing folk. Any other use of it, as long as it's still in play, would be a fate point to use.
Gotcha.
Okay. So let me
Gotcha.
just
So
see.
right now I could use it as a free invoke, but
Yeah.
if I decide anybody else would have to use a fate point.
Yeah. So
Let's.
what?
I'm gonna.
You lost me there. Why would anybody else? Oh, does it only? It's only good for the remainder of this turn, you mean?
It's good for one free use.
Mhm.
Any other time afterwards to take advantage of it will take a
Ah,
fate point to
a
use.
fate point to use,
Ah.
unless
okay.
as long as the actual aspect still makes sense. There,
Yeah.
they're short. These are short-term aspects.
Okay.
So if there's
Yeah, go ahead and use it if you want.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
Sorry,
this is a
Darian.
good time,
Right,
especially since
I'm going to tell you what I've rolled
Yeah.
first, so you can actually make
That's true.
appropriate. Okay,
Oh.
so
If they roll -2, you don't need it.
yeah, right. So I rolled successful to their 3. These guys are then so their defense is going to be a actual 8. Okay.
Oof.
Not a lot of use for this then.
Yeah. So what's your fight roll there?
It's a 2.
No, but what's your fight number?
It's a great at a +4.
+4. You could use your got warrior from his or something, wandering
Yes.
warrior for his. You could use a fate point there to potentially, because if you what did you
You'd be better off re-rolling your roll.
yeah, do a re-roll there and see if you get a much bigger roll.
I think I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
That sounds like an interesting thing to do. Fate
Yeah.
point -1, so now I'm back down to 1, and I'm going to re-roll the fight.
Yep.
So I go in, first attack, swings, do nothing. Second time,
Well, no,
I'm
you
going
It
to
didn't
never
do
happened.
that.
The first time never
yeah,
happened.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
Now you rolled a 1. Okay.
So you've got a 5. Okay.
That
You've
is
got
good.
you've got the free invoke, which you can invoke, and you can then also use the. I would say at the moment, for this last turn, the blinded cultist is still potentially infected, so you could use your last fate point to get
To
up
make
To
it
get a
nine.
plus.
to get up to 9, and you at least take out one of these guys there.
Yeah.
Because the more of them that you take out, the crappier
Yes.
they get.
The more that I take out the what?
the crapper they get. They rely on numbers.
Yes. I'm going to do all of those things. I've
Okay.
dropped my fate points to 0,
Okay.
and that'll give me the advantage of +4
Yep.
for a total of 9.
And
As I
This is where he just says, and I'm going to use a fate point and just say, fuck you.
no. It is, despite the numbers, they get around you, but you weave in, ducking and weaving, blades flashing out, and it's you eventually, you're spending as much time there, just actually defending yourself in the attack, but you get a few blows in, and one of them definitely falls down after hitting your blade.
I was waiting for them to make a mistake, and he made it. And now he pays.
The remainder of them just back off from you, just surprised that you're actually still standing there. Okay.
And since he spoke it, they're
In
looking behind
turn,
themselves.
I'm
too.
going to give it to now. Yes, I think it is time for Darian to do things.
It was you were the last one, so you get to choose again from all of us.
No,
Yeah,
haven't
you
gone
could go
this turn.
first. You could go first.
I thought-
There, Roscoe.
Oh, I thought Darian hadn't gone.
No,
this
I
turn.
started the round.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah,
fell
he
on
did
your
start.
ass.
He
Right,
did start
okay.
it around. I kind of like it. I kind of like the fluidity of him going. Actually, yes, I like the fluidity of Darian helping out here.
Okay.
It is now Darian's turn.
Darian, having lost his sword from his hand during the fall, doesn't waste time grappling for it. Instead, he's going to pick up his crossbow from his back, prime it up, and start blasting it.
Okay.
The
And-
shotgun. Yeah.
This crossbow, the echo of the cacophony. Of the
Just the
bolts.
metal parts wrangling echo from the walls of the surrounding area as he quickly reloads it shot after shot,
Okay.
but firing away at group number the one that has 3 left.
The free. So you're shooting the guys on the left flank there. Okay.
The smallest group, because once you get those out, they're no longer flanking anyone.
Exactly. Okay. I appreciate the strategy there. Yeah. So if you do,
Ow! That hurts.
if you do, so if you give me your shoot, there, sir.
I will give you a shot. It's a fair result. It could be better.
I'll tell you what their defense is.
-2.
Negative. -1, 2. No, that's not. Teamwork's not going to really work there. So it's just -1.
Someone took a bolt to the knee.
No. -1. There we go.
Hilarity.
What happens is
Can I use a fate point, or is it too late?
no. It's not.
I was thinking. I
But
was
you need to know what the
considering.
result is first.
No, you did enough. Okay.
I did enough. Okay.
What happens is your shot. Are you just imagining the one shot?
Oh no! He's going all out like. Doom.
Quick reload, shoot, quick reload, shoot.
Yeah. Quickly before even like as the first one's dropping, the other two are going what, and like as their expressions like open up, the splatter as the second and then the third one drop within seconds of the first one.
Nice.
That is one high power crossbow there.
You got your point across.
and
They thought it was revolting, but
and they all drop.
Then reload and next goes. I'm gonna go with this being such a heavy melee fight. Next one is gonna be a Roscoe.
Okay.
So it is
Same
up to
quickly,
Roscoe.
so there's 5 left in the middle, and how many left on the right?
6 on the right.
11 total.
Hearing the constant behind, I turn around.
No,
Nice
it's
shooting.
more like clang, clang,
Yeah.
and then clang, clang.
With that
There's a
going on, I look.
it's not a silent crossbow by
No.
any means.
Yes.
It's a very
I
solid
definitely
thought.
hear it. I turn
There's
back,
the
give you
echo.
the nod of good look. Take off the hood so that I could see better. You picked the wrong place to attack. And I'm gonna go in for round number 2.
Okay.
I have no more fate points to use. So
Can
I'm
I give
just-
fate points to other people?
No, you can't.
Okay.
Well, you can, but you have to compel them to do something there.
Okay.
So you generally would be giving them a trouble of some kind.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm going into the fight.
Whoa.
Oib.
Jeez.
So
Picked the wrong place to attack. Slash. Slash.
okay. Let's think.
And I'm using 2 quick, like 2 longish sabers about this long
Yeah.
in fighting style, both as defense and offense.
Yeah. Okay. And you got a 5 there. So you basically hold 2 of them off with your offhand as you just decide. 2 of them just hold back. They're kind of unsure what to do. And you just decide to go for one on the outermost flank. 2 of them try to chase up behind you to stop you from getting to this guy. And with just deftly and surely and with much skill, but you hold them off with blows from your offhand while you, after a couple of seconds, the guy that's fighting you off with your main hand just gets
Slice him. You just wait for an
and
opening.
he just drops down to the ground. That's another one that's fallen to your blade.
I the one bites the dust.
You
Dun,
throw the
dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
End of my turn.
Yeah, so who's going next?
I would like to choose the guards before Galen. The guards are next.
Well, the NPCs, but you want specifically the
Oh!
guards. Oh, yeah.
So
Oh
I
yeah,
see.
the NPCs are 1 group, not 2 groups.
Yeah.
Very well. In that case,
I was probably
I
going to
still pick the NPCs. Let's try this out. Let's see how this works.
Yeah.
Because you want to give the Galen the option to choose who goes next in the next round.
Yes.
Yeah. The NPCs go. The NPCs go. Come in. I'm gonna have that the guards take advantage of what's going on there, and they will quickly advance into the center and attack the group that Roscoe, attack them from behind while they're more focused on Roscoe. There.
They're coming in to help.
Okay.
So now we've got them flanked.
The real guards or the fake ones?
The real guards.
Yes.
The real guards.
Maybe I summoned real ones.
So there. Bring up their character sheet so it makes it easier for me just to do my maths. They're all right. So that's 5. That's 4. Okay.
It is all too exciting. I'm hitting my My clothing.
4 and then okay. Yeah. That's
Watching John do math.
Yeah. It's annoying when
Yeah.
it's all nice when they're all positives. It's easier there. They're going. That's one.
I always think positive.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's okay. That's 6. Let's just see what the cultists roll on their defense. Damn, the cultists roll.
Damn good or damn bad?
Oh, they roll damn good. There,
Oh,
That's not good.
fantastic.
cultists roll damn good. They roll. That's a 4 there. 3. It's a 7. My guards are on a 6. I'm going to use a fate point that the cultists are distracted by the cacophony coming off of Galen's actual
Bullshit, yes.
bullshit there. Of there are the guards coming
Or in this case, horse shit.
there, that I am going to spend one of my other fate points to do another +2 to the roll. The guards.
Fantastic.
So they will, again, when they charge, they catch one of the cultists from behind, and that cultist falls down quickly on the blades. And this is when those actual what happens is the cultists in the middle, seeing this, decide to start to run up the street, just leaving the remaining cultists on the right flank, who decide to actually seeing half their number on the floor, another half the others of their compatriots running and starting to be outnumbered. They start to, unlike the others who are, just pure pelting it, they start to fall back in good order. Now on to Galen.
Do any of the remaining ones, either the ones running from the middle or one of the ones on the right that is left?
But for you would be the left, yeah. For you on the left, yes.
Yes. That haven't left yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do any ones of these look like they're a leader?
Now that you're mentioning that, you're not seeing any that look like a leader, but you give me a notice roll, please, sir. And the difficulty will be a 2 there. Oh, what you do. And what is... There didn't seem to be anyone commanding these gentlemen, but you do hear, now that you're listening, just ever so faintly over the cacophony of the echoes from your simulated hoofbeats there, the trill of pipes. And you look up and you see a figure standing on the roof of a building. Keep flapping. Who then that moves away.
Flapping?
There was a cape that was flapping in the wind.
Oh, I heard pipes and then okay.
So, but he's been there was a tune being played, and this person was watching the fight.
And they're moving away.
They were standing on the edge of the roof there, and as it looks like you see a slight movement of the head, where you get the feeling that they're looking at you directly. And it's at that point it looks like they just walk backwards and they go out of your sight as the roof obscures your vision of them.
So they're moving on my turn. I see. You're trying to. I can't do that, but other people can. Okay, good to know.
But you do notice that.
It is.
Alright.
They did their turn before you, and you managed to be quick enough to notice that before your turn began.
All right. They had a cape. Oh no, real men don't wear capes. No, that's not
Real
heroes.
men wear cakes.
What?
No.
I mean, like this whole area is supposed to be covered in cakes.
No. No. That's only if somebody throws a cake at them. All right.
How do you know you have lived if you don't have cake on your chest?
Damn it. I don't want to abandon you guys, but I really want to know where this guy's going.
Yeah.
Jesus, do it.
I'm going to try to stealthily follow.
Okay.
Good. Oh, sorry.
So we'll.
And I will point out to Darian that your next target is he's gone. I'll follow.
Right. Who are you passing on to next for the combat?
Well,
Because-
Darian seems to start every round, so I will instead choose Darian.
Or choose yourself so you can actually follow him.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Sure.
I convinced
Good
him.
plan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Right. So you rush off. Right. Okay. Something happened that I wasn't.
We broke John.
He didn't expect this.
No.
Yes.
Well,
This
I
is
had
Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, I had it partly planned, but I wasn't expecting someone to. I was hoping that you guys would be a bit too busy,
Preoccupied.
preoccupied. Okay. It is. So, how are you going to be trying to chase up with them? Or is it just sheer stealth, or are you trying to?
vantage point so you could notice.
How are you trying to? Do
I don't
this?
know.
Well, I did see which way they went.
Mhm.
So Carlos mutes himself. Good plan. Like, how many stories up are these buildings? Are they like just 2 stories tall, or
Some of the some of the buildings are actually 5-some stories tall.
how high up was this guy?
So the building that he was on was about 3 stories tall.
Well, I will try to figuring out which way he went.
Yeah.
I will head in that direction at ground level, and if I see a building with a staircase going up to its roof, then I'll just head up that way.
Yeah. From this, the building that he was kind of looking from was one of the buildings that kind of overlooked the gate and the palisade, the airfoil and the palisade that protects this part of the city there. Other buildings around it are actually much higher, so it'll be easier for him to jump down onto that roof from the other buildings than he would have to be someone like Superman to jump up, you know?
Okay.
So
he can't really get off this building other than coming down.
Yeah. There's nothing like a fire escape. There'll be somewhere in the building a ladder that will take him to that, the hole that will access the roof. From memory, most of these buildings would have at least one door, especially on the main street, one that opens out onto the main street, but there will be at least another door somewhere around the back. And considering that there's the guards at the front.
Yes. The back seems like the likely way that he's going to go.
Yeah. So
I'll be back.
So it'll be. So
Can I be Mozart?
So are you going to be trying to just do it stealthily, or are you going to try and rush to the door? That's your.
I will. Am I on the same side of this? No, I guess I'm not. If I saw them,
Yeah, you're
I'm
on
going
the
to rush across the street and then be stealthy because he's already
Okay.
left there. He can't see me running through the street.
Okay. Can I get you to give me a athletics roll to see how well you run? There.
Unfortunately, sure.
Oh no.
And we'll see how well my guy
I rolled
rolls.
-2.
Okay. It's as you get to that alleyway and as you're huffing, you see what appears to be a figure just going around, further down, towards the end of the alleyway. A figure just going around the corner, and you just see the tail end of the cape like flow around the corner. But we're talking about he's at least got 100 meters on you.
That's a big building.
Oh, he's
He was 3 stories up.
he's ran though. And but what you do notice is as you're kind of chasing that after him there, you will see it would appear that he actually didn't go down through the center, the middle of the building down the stairs. There is actually a rope that he's hanged off the side there.
Ah,
Sneaky.
very sneaky. But he didn't take the rope with him.
No, it was too late. You would have still caught up with him if he had done that. But that's how he's been able to escape as quickly as he did.
So I don't think I'm going to catch up to him, or...
You could try. It's a question of...
Speed.
Yes.
Some good rolls.
And good rolls and how he rolls.
Well,
But at the
I
moment...
suspect that remains to be seen on the next round.
Yeah. But yeah, at least know where he was when you last saw him, so you can still try to see if you can catch up and get the next sight of him. But
so I never got a chance to do the stealth part.
No, you wouldn't have been able to do the stealth because if you were to do the stealth, you probably would have been giving them too much time to escape. Who are you going to hand off next to?
Darian.
Okay.
I mean,
What are you doing, sir?
I'm reloading the heavy ammunition.
Nokia?
I'm putting the hard bolts in.
Oh my goodness.
Just kidding.
Those things are think of the poor fools. Those things are indestructible.
I think
It's gonna go through the full and the wall.
I think depleted uranium rounds would be nicer to use. Than those.
They are actually those are not banned by the Geneva Convention. Unlike Nokia's.
Or the old Sony Ericssons. They used to actually they were indestructible. There.
That was my fault.
Until one
This
of
is a
them
Sony
ran,
Ericsson.
until one of them ran into a Nokia.
I thought that was more like matter and antimatter. They just annihilated each other instead.
Unstoppable force, immovable object.
Joking aside, let's get back to the game.
Joking aside,
Yeah.
it appears that the enemy is rooted and they are fleeing.
Yes.
So, as this is not a situation where the enemy it is a how do you call it? One of those options, one of those situations where it's not kill or be killed. The 10 commandments take effect, and thus I cannot kill. But the good book is a bit iffy on the subject of kneecaps. So I'm gonna start.
Thou shalt not kneecap. No.
No, not in the book. Time to start causing some
Okay.
bodily harm.
Right, so you're going to do a shot. They're still in the zone.
Yeah, I'm. There's only the one group that is disengaging, and I'm gonna dismember the disengaging party.
Okay. If you do your shots, sir.
Here we go. It's
Oh,
bad.
God. Oh, yeah.
Good
Yeah,
book is a bit iffy on this part.
This ends up being somehow like you got a couple of them in the line, so you don't need to shoot at each individual one. You actually catch some of them in the group where they actually tumble, and like you take out one, they tumble, and it takes out
Dominoes.
a pack of dominoes. So either with your shots or them stumble with whoever you looks like you aimed at the one right in the front, you created a stumbling effect, and they all go down in a heap, and the guards start grabbing them. It looks like the guards are quite vehemently opposed to taking live prisoners, and that anyone that's alive trying to scream for mercy is quickly put to the sword.
Oh boy,
Oops.
Well, as the good book says,
this is good though.
the good book says that the authority does not carry the sword lightly.
Ironically, as this is happening, you hear the bells of the city of Bur start to clang an alarm.
Again.
And looking further past the amphitheatre towards the actual... So while the first line of defence is the actual earth wall and palisade and wooden gates, further in is the massive stone curtain wall there, and heavily, and in there's a massive barracks of city guards. You can see the dots of lights as torches are running along the walls there, and the torchlight is intensifying in the towers where when you were looking around the city, there was siege weaponry. The entire city the defences of the city are waking up.
Rocinante!
Okay. So, what are you doing, sir?
I'm summoning my steed. I still have an encounter in the south I am destined for.
Okay.
So, as I'm mounting Rocinante, I'm telling the guards, close the gates behind us with whatever you have.
As you see, is Roscoe, or what are you doing? Are you jumping onto the horse? Are you jumping on Gowan's donkey?
Darian, you did hear me, didn't you?
He's got
no. Darian sort of forgot about it.
He's got another mission and plan.
Yep, I have a greater mission.
I'm a jail. I am all for splitting the party.
No, here's the thing. Roscoe is looking at Galen. Galen needs some help. Looking at Darian. And without saying a word, I turn and I run towards Galen.
Okay. So Darian rides through the gates. You hear the gates thud, and you hear the guards shouting, "Get the wagons!" There. As you ride off past the city and past the armed military camp, you hear fighting going on in the camp. There's flames coming out of the camp there, but that is not your route. That's not your destination, because your destination is somewhere much further south than just the army camp. You pass the flamed out and the flames of the followers' camp, past the dead bodies, and you slowly, well, not slowly, but at the safest gap that you can manage in the dark, you hit the King's Road and slowly but surely start entering the woods that cover the southern lands around the capital towards the area that your vision showed you. And I think this will be a good place for us to do a 10 to 15 minute break.
Sounds perfect.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Cheese. Good.
Good.
See you in a
See
bit, Froggy.
See you in a bit, Froggy.
Yep, so let's call it back at 9:50 there at my time.
Yep.
5 hours from now?
In 13 minutes.
13 minutes, yeah. Okay.
Chewing.
Welcome back. We are refreshed. We've done everything we need to do. We're not needing to rush off or do anything else. Carlos is not needing to play a song that's going to get this demonetized.
From now on, it is originals and only royalty-free ones.
Royalty free.
Original Carlos Productions.
Yeah.
Oh, I have original songs.
Yeah, original Carlos Santana songs.
Yes, that too.
Okay. Joking aside, let's get back into this. So, we will actually go over to Roscoe and Galen. And I would say, Galen, you've been trying to track this gentleman down there, and Roscoe, you find Roscoe makes good time in catching up with you as you come to the corner that you saw this go around. Yes. Now, can I get you gentlemen to do... I'll have both of you do a notice roll.
Yes.
Investigate.
I'm going to catch up and...
Notice or investigate, whatever you think is going to be appropriate for your character or what they're going to be doing.
Everything I do is an
I
investigation.
catch up.
Yeah. Okay.
-1. Oops.
You do have a stunt that you could use.
I do have a what?
You do have a stunt, Galen,
Oh, good point.
that you retooled that you might want to show off.
Oh, that one. I was thinking overcome when I want to solve a conundrum.
First
Okay.
off, what are we looking for? What's going on, Galen?
I'm going to quickly consult my Anorax dice to find out which way to go.
Okay. I look on in curiosity.
That doesn't matter. I rolled a 70.
So if you just do a dice roll. Ooh. And, alright.
Which way did he go?
As you roll the dice, you get a feeling that you need to head further away from the gates, but also further from the actual main road at the same time, with the city in uproar.
So towards the concrete, or the stone gates.
Yeah, so you're thinking...
Do we have to go to the center of the chaos?
So you're
No.
currently...
Oh, I can't see what I'm blocking it.
Yeah. So you're... Nope, helps.
We were around here, weren't we? Or actually, no.
Yeah,
We were...
you were previously there, right? And as you were on the left-hand side, you saw a figure originally there.
Okay.
So
And
that...
he's heading this way? So away from the road and away from the gate.
away from the gate.
Yeah.
So potentially the feeling is he may be heading towards the stone wall, maybe around the amphitheater or even further south. Because
So anywhere like between here and here.
your kind of intuition might be the furthermost limit up north, all the way down.
How about just let's keep going down the road in that general direction?
Yeah. So there's only so many kind of alleyways that you can take, but you think you've got them in a certain part of the city there. Okay.
At least he's on ground level now.
Yes. And the thing that you would know is with the actual alarms of the city, people will be making sure that the doors for the buildings are closed.
He's not going to hop into a building by... Yeah, okay.
How will we know when we find him? What
This
does he
is
look
what he
like?
looks like. He's got a cape. He's got a purple scard. No, no.
You'll be able to recognize him.
Yeah, he looked like the guy who ran away from me.
If I go on the roof, let me climb and get on the rooftops. I watch from above. You go
Can I
from
get
below.
you to do an athletics?
Can do.
I sure as hell hope you meet him. I didn't do so good on my last one.
Okay, I was it. It takes you a while to climb up, and when you do, you get up. For this kind of row of buildings, you can potentially jump across onto the next set of roofs there.
That was what I was thinking.
But there is going to be one or two buildings where you might have to climb down or go another way, or it's going to be you doing some crazy parkour shit. There.
Yes.
You go from above, I go from below. We look for the guy running in a cape.
Okay. But
No, everybody else should be inside.
but from and it's can I get you to give me a notice roll,
Who?
Roscoe?
Yes. Notice roll now. Click.
You notice the buildings are flat.
As you're looking around, your attention is drawn to the fact that you see lights appearing in the windows of the buildings all around you. People alarmed with what is going on, what is the commotion, and also becoming aware of the sound from outside the walls as there is still sounds of fighting.
Can I look in that direction?
Stay indoors.
What was that
Lock
there,
your doors.
Carlos?
Can I look in that direction of the fighting to get a better
Yeah, so if you
perspective?
look down toward, so as you look south over to in this direction on the map to where the camp is, you see massive flames have engulfed good portions of the camp there. And there seems to be a massive melee going backwards and forth inside. It's as you're doing that, though, you do catch off in the distance a figure just, hand braced up against a corner of a wall, breathing heavily. He has a cape.
He's dead. I try to catch Galen's attention.
From your position, you'd see him, Roscoe. Galen wouldn't.
Where do you see him?
I'm going to use my sneakiness and try to catch. If is it how farish? What's likelihood? Paint me a picture.
So you're on, I say, on the flat rooftop of a building that's 5 stories tall. There. It goes.
Which one is that?
In a line there that it's just the way the angle works out. You're seeing. So Galen's going down this kind of line of buildings, okay?
Sure.
But the way, because your position, you can see that the guy is not on the line that you guys were following, he's in the next line. But it's just, what's happened is you've just picked yourself the right spot that when you're just looking, one of the buildings is partly starting to fall apart and hasn't been repaired. And through, the upper levels, you spotted him through. He's probably about, if it's like America, maybe a good block and a half away,
Okay.
distance.
And
But he looks like he's stopped because he's knackered there. He's trying to catch his breath.
yeah,
Which building
Galen,
is he on? Is he on this one? That seems to be the biggest
I
one.
would say Roscoe's now on that one.
I'm gonna make this really kind of easy-ish. Let me see. Hang on a
there.
second. Let me see if I could pull this off. I cannot pull this off.
The
Say that again. All right. So I'm Roscoe's where?
You're there.
Uh-huh.
The kind of gentleman you're seeing there, it's just as you're kind of looking across there, and your kind of eyes were panning all across. You just spotted this individual there.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. So I Galen, other side of the street. Here, let me join you. I'm gonna have to climb down anyways.
Yeah. I would say it's just you take the time to do it there. And
Did he point me in which direction to go? Because
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
We're going to get,
okay.
across the street on the other side of the houses.
Okay. Can I get
okay,
both
I head
of you
across the
to
street on the other
give
side of the
me
house.
stealth rolls? I
Yes.
just want to see how stealthy you gentlemen are. Okay, Galen's.
Ooh,
Good. Like cats, you sneak
we both
through
rolled +2.
the city. While there is people watching at the windows trying to get an idea what's going on, people's attention are not on who's walking through on the street below that you're on. Their attention is towards the sound from outside the city, as I said. And it's as you're getting around to the corner and just darting a quick look around, who would be looking there?
I would be
We're
looking.
both looking. I don't.
Right. Roscoe looking just quickly around first. You see that the gentleman that you believe is the one that Galen was chasing after is still just at the corner there. But he takes one final breath, pulls himself straight. You see him take off the cape, and it looks like he bundles the cape around something, and he flings it down down the alleyway, right? And then he then goes off further down, so this is an alleyway that's going towards, just the end of, it's a dead end, it's heading towards the curtain wall, and then he continues further down south there.
So in this direction, or back into the houses.
He's going down, the gentleman himself, he's going down further down on the street, but he did throw what appears to have been what Roscoe saw, him taking the cape off,
Yeah.
potentially bundling something up and discarding it.
He's trying to trick us to go that way when he's going south. Come on. We're close to him. Keep quiet.
Should we get the cape? That he bundled something in it?
This is choice. Yes.
I was going to say you get the cape, but you seem to have better stealth than I do. So you chase him. I'll get the cape and follow.
Will you be able to recognize him without the cape?
Yes, I just saw him go that way. We both saw him, didn't we?
No. Yes.
Well,
No.
Why am I talking in your accent?
I would say Roscoe saw the cape getting discarded, right?
Yeah.
But Galen, when you turn around, you saw the gentleman walking off. I would say you only saw the back of him, but just by the way, it's just the way he walked, and the movement is familiar to what you saw beforehand.
Okay. Well, I know what you look like, so I'll get the cape. You follow him, and I'll catch up to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Off I
Splitting the
go.
part up even more. I love it.
Yes.
Well, it's not going to take me long to get the cape. He didn't throw it very
Yes.
far, right?
Okay. So Roscoe heads off following the gentleman as stealthily as he can. Galen, when you go down the alleyway, you find the cape that's been discarded. You find a few things, obviously, with quite easily with a. It's a set of pipes, pan pipes there,
Mhm.
but also an amulet
Ooh.
with a motif on it, a claw. The metal though is burned, so that the metal is blackened.
I'll keep it bundled in the cloak
Mm-hmm.
and take off after.
Okay. And I
Taking off
think
after
it'll be
my
at this
Roscoe.
point
Roscoe.
we will be going over to Darian. There.
Yes.
Okay. I think we're going to be jumping a wee bit more in time for yourself, sir. Darian, you've now been riding for the past couple of hours. There. You are actually feeling the fatigue there. You've not slept in a good part of the day.
I haven't slept since before the last combat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the first combat of the last game.
Yeah. So, can I get you to give me a physical roll there? Difficulty 2. I just want to see how you're coping.
Ooh, not very well. That's a -4 full.
Can
Oh my god, all minuses.
yeah.
I am gonna invoke the adherent of the 7 heavenly virtues.
Okay.
In this case, the temperance. I have lived a temperate life,
So you
and
temperance is
diligence. Diligence.
okay.
I push myself
Right. Okay.
to
I think you
diligently
might be
do my
better off
duties.
invoking a fate point and re-roll. 'Cause you can't do worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You
I'm
need to do the
invoking it reroll.
reroll. Okay. You need a 2.
I need a 2, and all I need to do is not to get a
-4 is bad.
Not
-4. Yeah,
Was that -4? Fantastic.
Yes, it was all minuses.
Ooh.
that's much more like it.
That's much
That never
better.
happened. You're fine.
Yeah. That's a damn shame because I was hoping I was having you rolling it on a condition. There, I was going to get you to roll on, tick the exhausted. If you had failed that,
Yeah, I'm diligently holding myself together.
but you do feel yourself nodding for a moment, but you start, I think, probably using some sort of mantra that you know to keep yourself awake.
Yeah.
Om mani padme om. Om.
Probably also recite, just from memory, reciting a passage from the Holy Book or even an entire chapter, just to keep your concentration up. Off the forest that you're in goes for quite a bit of distance. The vision that you saw, you did recognize the spot as being the last. It's basically it's part of where the road there used to be a bridge, but the bridge was ancient and it's collapsed. But from the ruins of the bridge, it has created a fording point there.
Mm-hmm.
It's generally that part of the bridge, while it's still in the forest, people in the past have actually cleared the woods and have created a camp that can be used. Because, if they were not to stop there and they continue to the city, it's still like another day's ride, so it's a natural stopping point there. People have set up camps on both sides of the river, so the actual trees have been cleared on both sides there.
Mm-hmm.
And it would make sense for, Templars to stop there also. But from the sense that you have, the forest as you're riding through is silent. Eerily silent.
Too quiet.
Yes.
I ready my crossbow.
Okay. Can I get you also to do a notice roll, please?
Yes. Let's see if I can do anything with that. Nope. 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 That's completely in character.
Okay. So it takes a while. Well, you know that it's too quiet. It takes a while for you to notice, but your horse just halts for a second and just neighs, snorts, and it hoofs at the ground, agitated.
Easy, boy. A girl, actually.
Yeah. Something has frightened your mare. She is spooked.
I look around, seeing nothing of note, but as I have my crossbow ready, it's a bow that looks like a cross.
Yeah.
It's a holy weapon.
Yeah.
Holy crow, Batman.
As you're looking around, in the very, just at the very edges of the actual tree line, you see a shadow.
Well, I would assume there's lots of shadows in the dark.
But this shadow catches your eye because it moves from tree to tree.
Ah, okay, now that's unusual. Mm-hmm. Who goes there?
Only the shadow knows.
The answer that you get is not a voice. It's just a growl.
Oh, great.
It's gonna work.
Stepping out from the tree
and into the torchlight
comes a hound.
Much like the ones we saw earlier.
Yes. And as you look around, your torchlight, the light from the torches catches the glint of the eyes of other hounds further back.
Are these between my target or behind me?
They're more off to the side of you at the moment. They're not blocking your passage at the moment.
Well, these are hell beasts. Mm-hmm. I open with the holy fire. Conk, conk.
Okay. Give me a shot, please.
I will give you a shot. Would you prefer scotch or whiskey?
Your father's
that was a great pun.
One scotch and one beer.
4. That was a great shot. Okay. So you fire the shot. The creature that was right in front of you, as it's leaping, the shot just takes it in the throat and it slumps to the ground. You see other of the beasts rushing in to attack, and you quickly reload them with great practice. There. You fire off two other shots, and 2 of its pack mates fall dead. No further than the other one got. The other creatures, you just see them, but they back off into the distance. They're cowed for the moment.
Wisdom to avoid the wrath of the Holy Knights. And then I continue my ride forward, knowing that these woods are infested with these creatures. Should I have the time, I would eradicate what is left of them. But my mission is more pressing.
Yeah. It's as you're doing that,
Very good.
you do hear not the sounds of them pursuing you, but you do hear the sounds of the ones that had accompanied you or close to you howling, and in the distance other howls answer and reply.
So there is more.
Yes.
There's always more.
You've encountered the Baskervilles.
The Baskerville clan.
Yeah.
That's why they wanted the scotch.
Okay. And we'll fast forward even further on.
Skip back to Roscoe, and
I would say I'm gonna just do one bit more of a scene with you,
okay.
and then we'll skip over to them there. So it's by the time quite a few more hours have passed. It's as you get to the point that the sky has lightened. You see the first rays of light just coming up over the horizon. You have just you've come to the massive clearing in the forest. You're at the river. Looking over, you can see on the other side of the river a massive armed camp, but from it is smoke hanging around. The walls are blackened. And that's when we go to Roscoe and Galen. There.
Lots of smoking camps today.
Yeah. Who would know that smoking's bad for you? Okay.
So this is an anti-smoking camp.
Pain. Okay. Right. Roscoe and Galen. Galen, you are following up. Roscoe's maybe 50 meters ahead of you, but you can still see him there. Mm-hmm. And you're following up. You hopefully will catch up with him, or you'll at least see where he's going so you won't lose him. Roscoe, you're following the gentleman there. And it would just appear that this man is showing no awareness that he has been hunted at all. what are you doing? And while
I
I'm
look
doing that,
back
I'm
to see
gonna
that Galen is still following. I see this man. I memorize his contours. See his pace. He does not realize how close I am. How close am I to him?
I would say if you were being cautious, you're probably maybe about 50 meters away there.
Yeah.
If you're being ambitious, you could get closer, but that's when they'll be asking you to do a roll there.
65 yards is the translation.
I look back at Galen. I nod. I look at him. I think I could get him. If I'm careful. I am always careful. I will roll whatever I need to roll. With 0 fate points.
So are you just trying to
I would
follow
like
him?
to use stealth if I can to
Okay.
get closer.
To get closer, right. Is going to be a stealth roll on your end. It's going to be against his active perception, his active notice there.
Sure.
So it's a contested roll on my end there. Let me get his.
Yes!
There's you.
I noticed Roscoe,
Yeah. The
and I didn't even have to roll.
You're going to be surprised how close this is.
Oh.
I just beat you by 1.
So he notices
I start
there's
making my
somebody
way
behind
to,
him,
like,
but he
corner to
doesn't notice
corner
that they're
crowd.
following.
It's just as you're moving, there's just a snap of something underneath your foot, and there's an audible crack through the air. You know, you're looking down. There's just the remains of a very thick twig, but it's just, and like looking up, you can see that the building that you've just walked past would appear to have a roof garden, as there's the branches of a tree cut, hanging over the roof.
Chingado.
At that point, the gentleman that you're trying to sneak up on jumps, turns, sees you, pales, and just hightails, or well, you wouldn't see if he pales, but he reacts, and you just see him bolt further down the road.
Straight ahead or in between the alleys?
The first bit will be straight down there. He's just running in a straight line as the curvature of the road will permit there. So he is running with you in hot pursuit. So this will be athletics roll
Absolutely.
on our end. Bloody hell.
Chingado.
This guy might not get far.
May not be sneaky, but he can run.
Yeah. So while he had the advantage in that he had the head start, you make up on it. You got around the curvature of the road, but as you're running past, you have cut the distance in half. He's just ahead of you there. Just, you feel it. One more good burst and you've got him.
Not even thinking of Galen right now. I'm just hyper focused on him.
I assume when I saw him take off, I took off after him.
Yeah. Can I get
Since he's not trying to be stealthy anymore.
Yeah. Galen, can I get you to do a roll also before I do? I just want to see athletics.
Rolling which? Athletics? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's see how well you're doing. Okay, so you see Roscoe pull, pull off. But the fact that you saw the other man jump, and the fact that you heard the crack, like Roscoe was going, "Oh crap," and looking up and down, and you kind of reacted first, so you've been able to make up quite a bit of ground, but Roscoe is still ahead of you. Okay?
If the guy tries to go left or right, I'm going to try and cut him off.
Right.
But if he keeps going straight, I'll just keep charging.
Yeah. You have been able to make enough where you can actually see the gentleman that Roscoe's chasing. I would say you definitely have made up enough ground that you can see the gentleman that Roscoe's chasing there easily. Okay? So you'll be able to see if he does make a turn or not. Okay? All right. Can we then get all of you gentlemen to make athletics rolls? There.
You too, Darian.
Oh. Okay. Well,
Maybe he takes a left and I can't compensate quick enough.
Darian,
what
Darian,
happens,
you didn't catch up to him.
What happens is the guy does try to take a left, but it would appear that he has slipped on trash that's been left, and he goes flying up into the air and then lands heavily on his back. There.
So it was Darian. Okay.
And you're able to catch up with him.
Who are you? Talk now and I may spare your life.
You're the one chasing me. I don't know. It's in commotion. I don't know. And you're following me? Of course I'm going to run.
You recognize this panpipe you were playing?
Galen, you actually recognize this gentleman.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was the other man from the first episode.
Okay, you'll have to remind me. The other man.
Yeah, the other guy, the one that was trying to accost you in the tavern.
Oh.
The one that got away.
The one that you got away from there.
Or that got away from us. Oh, you again.
No, I'm talking about the one right at the beginning of the episode. The one that you had planted some goods on him.
Oh, geez, we're going that far back.
Yes. And
I'm not planting goods on him this time.
And he just turns and he goes, "You," and he tries to reach out for you. Can I get you to do? Can I get everyone to do an athletics roll? I just want to see how people react to this.
I wanted to do a dodge, but okay.
Or no, you can do a dodge, yeah. But if that makes more sense to you, yeah, I'll happily allow a dodge. No. So there's a bright light there, and it's like as he's trying to grasp, he just finds that he's just grasping your cloak that you have just discarded. And I think it's at this point, this is when Roscoe gets a good arm on him.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's just, you think you're smart there. I was happy when I saw the orders to kill you and your friend. It's just a shame we didn't do it.
Your
Surprised you
order.
didn't kill yourself.
I am just
You are from the Creed?
the. I am just a part of something greater than anyone here. You do not know what you resist, and you will fall, and you will fail. Our
You
success.
fell.
At this, he
You
just
have
tries to
failed.
spit at you. There.
All right. Listen
Is he
here.
killing himself?
Listen here. I don't know who you think you're messing with,
Grab his
but
mouth
you're
and make
no
sure he
match
doesn't
for
swallow
us.
No match for you. I just destroyed the army that was standing outside the city.
What? That was outside. You only got this far in. But you know what? You could explain all of that to the magistrate, because we're taking you in.
And what's your proof? It's your word against mine.
Guards are the witnesses. We are the witnesses, and you left this behind.
I don't know who those belong to.
Okay. So you think you're being very smart then, huh?
We'll take our chances. I think the guards will back us up.
I'll back you up, Galen. The guards are just as suspicious of you half the time.
Wasn't me. It was the other guy. It's always the other guy.
You know
Too
what?
many times it's the other guy. That's the problem, Galen.
I think... You are being so. I think you are right. I think you are going to be a little bit of a problem. I'm going to try to just make him a sleeper hold.
Yeah, he's grasping. And he's trying to break that hold.
Go to sleep. Go
Carlos
to
is holding
sleep.
his hand out like this.
Yeah.
He's using the force.
I would say one last physical.
Physical. Okay.
No, let's make it a
Physical's good.
fight. Let's make it a fight. Actually, he's
Oh, okay.
struggling against that. You're doing a grapple off, so we'll make it a fight then.
To sleep.
If it doesn't work, I can always just whack him in the head.
Yeah. And with that, he just kind of slumps there.
I let him slump down, and I put my finger on his cartridge. He's still alive.
Yeah, still beating.
We don't have much time. I will carry them. Come on, let's go.
Tie his arms behind his back first, in case he tries something while you're carrying him.
Good plan. I will use some rope to do that, and I will tie him up, and we will attempt to carry him towards the closest where we had run from the guards, etc. Front gates.
Okay. You carry him. So you carry him over to the guards, to the front gate. The issue would be is the actual. That's just a posting that they've got there. There's no
Sure.
actual guardhouse there. The guardhouse is actually behind the curtain wall, the stone curtain wall there, right next to the gates there.
But the guards that we saved,
They're
helped?
still, they're still,
they're the ones that we want to bring him to, so
Yeah,
that they
fair
can
enough.
bring him to.
so you're bringing them up. You see the captain of the guard there. He's just going, that's where you went to.
Yes.
We caught the guy who was giving them commands.
Their leader.
He's unable to answer questions at the moment because, well, he's sleeping.
It took a while to catch up to him.
What proof do you have that he was leading them?
This is what he was using to signal them from above. I saw him from above.
I'm assuming you're handing him the cloak, the pipes,
Yes, and the burnt amulet.
He's just looking at the amulet, and as he's looking at it, he's just going,
Oh, before I hand it, can I do a lore check on it to see if I
yeah,
recognize where it's
can you?
from?
Please. It's going to be a difficulty too. Dine would recognize this. There.
Okay, I'm not going to use it.
Darian would recognize it. Maybe he was here.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I rolled -3.
You have a blah blah blah.
You have
Yeah, I do have a blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I guess I'll have to use a blah, blah, blah.
I'm going to use blah 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 to do blah 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 for blah blah blah.
Okay.
In English, please.
-1 blah, blah, blah. And I will roll it. And I will. Well, actually, if I only needed a 2,
Yeah.
then I could just use it to get the +2. I don't need to roll it again.
Yes. So what are you using, sir?
Your archetype.
What I should have used originally
Yeah.
was because I know stuff, I get +2 when I want to use lore to overcome when I want to solve a conundrum. Which is
that
what I
just your
should have used
stunt?
originally.
There.
What?
Is that just
That's one of my skills.
Why don't you use your high concept?
Because if you have a stunt that allows you to do it, you got the +2 anyway.
Oh,
if
well.
you haven't.
Yeah.
But that's not really a puzzle. That's a remembering thing, though.
Yeah.
So
You got it.
Yeah.
And you still keep your. You didn't have to use a fate for it.
You then don't have to use the fate point.
Okay.
All right.
Huh.
What? This is more based on what Darian. Some of the knowledge that came about with the conversation with Darian there, and the conversation about the earlier letters that had been presented that you caught off the original assassins. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You would assume that this is an amulet that allows members to distinguish themselves and, identify themselves as being members of the Burned Claw, of the cult, and followers of the creed there.
So this is his burned claw medallion.
Yeah.
Did any of the dead assassins also have these?
This is the thing. All of them is when you show that to the captain, he goes, "We didn't find a medallion, but we did find what they're pulling out is there have been not metal medallions, but it might be like wooden tokens with the same effigy on it and the
So
materials.
the cheap flunky version of the medallion.
Also, when you're looking at it there, the actual medallion, even though it's been blackened, you've got a sneaking suspicion that's actually silver.
It's a silver holy symbol.
He's not a vampire there.
It's
Probably
actually
not, yeah.
the metal is silver there, whereas all the others there
This guy
is
was important. Look at the quality of the metal in comparison to the rest. That's my takeaway from this.
He's a higher uppity guy.
this is the thing that the guard will actually add in addition to. You will actually say, well, all the other ones that we've captured, there was variations in the cloth and the material used for their garb. Some were of better standard, but all of them had these wooden tokens instead. So the material used for their medallions was not in regards to material wealth.
Yes.
The guard captain does corroborate that fact from their observation of the gentlemen that they have, the bodies they've captured, or that you've left on the floor for them to pick up.
Yeah, exactly.
The guard captain's going, normally I would charge a littering fee for this.
They were trying to kill you.
That's why I'm not charging you. And it's probably the first time I'm actually happy to see your face, Galen.
Happy to serve.
I know it was the other man.
Well, in this case, he was. I wasn't the one killing these people.
Yeah.
But
And probably for the first time it's true. Yeah.
wasn't me.
The captain goes and says, he looks, you I've heard of. Roscoe, I think it is it?
Yes. From his.
That's why I've heard of you. People have been talking about you and your two dancing blades.
I was useful. I do things for money or for objects. I'm glad I was able to help here.
Yes. There's nothing that I can do at the moment. I'm going to have to report this and clean this up. I'm concerned about what's happening outside the city.
We're also concerned because our friend took off in a hurry to investigate something south of the city, and he's been gone for a lot less time than he's actually been gone for.
I'll tell you what, if you have problems, if you need more help, we could provide.
As you're saying that, there's a massive thud on the gates again, but when you look over to the gates, it's not just they've got the beam across, they've got heavy wagons placed against the gates and they've been choked up to stop the wagons from moving. And he goes, at the moment, unless I know what's going on, I am seriously concerned evacuating everyone from the lower city into the behind this curtain wall.
Is it that bad then?
We've not heard from the army outside the gates, and
Is
as he
that them
points
trying
out,
to get in?
you see the flames coming from. That's their camp.
He said he destroyed them. He said he was responsible for their annihilation. This is why I bring him here. I do not like these peoples.
It's not the entire army, but those are some of the best soldiers from the different outposts on the borders. That's the best part of the army wiped out. Apart from, the Imperial Guard at the King, the King's Guard there, and a few elite guard units in other cities. I mean, the guards are maybe here 5,000 men. Add the city guilds, maybe another 5,000. It's not a lot of men to hold a city of, over 100,000.
Who's attacking? Who's able to actually take out that large an encampment?
That we don't know. All the people that attacked the gates, most of them
corrupted.
look like to be the camp followers. Some of the men that we pulled some of the bodies apart, they appear to actually be. Some of them appear to be soldiers from the camp.
So something corrupted the part of the camp, and that attacked. Then they attacked the rest of the camp.
By the sounds of it, there's still fighting going on. But we don't know how bad it is. No one's came to us that.
Well, who's at the gate right now?
I could go investigate. I could go quietly, see what is going on, and return quietly.
If you can do that, that would be appreciated. But I would.
I'll join you. You'll have to take care of this prisoner for us.
Yes.
Unless you have something better use for us. I want to help against these things.
Yes. It's at this point you hear the sound of cavalry.
Real ones or pretend ones?
Real cavalry coming down the road. And you hear the captain say, "Sire, you shouldn't be here." And you see a young man dressed in finery, laced in fur. There's a gold circlet around his head. It's the Crown Prince he's just about to be coronated in the next couple of days. Prince Bal, he goes, "The alarm's been sounded. What's happening?" The gate's been attacked, and by the sounds of it, there's fighting in the camp. Sire, I actually think most of the army might, by the sounds of it, the army outside the city might be defeated. We may need to pull back to the middle city. Even if there's nothing more to happen, maybe it is best to pull the citizens to the middle city behind the stronger walls. At least we've got the towers to watch their approaches and rain fire down on the enemy. Well, the palisade is just that. It's just a barrier, not a place to fight from. And the Crown Prince turns and he says, "Rouse the guard and get them ready to evacuate the people." Sire, that's close to 30,000 people. I don't care. They need to be inside the city walls proper. Do it. And it's at this point we'll come back to Darium.
Yes.
And I have
Darian
got
is
something
saluting.
prepared for you, sir.
Dun dun dun.
And I'll move.
No, we're not done yet.
Do you have... So you've come down this
Ooh,
this road
Oh
here.
shit!
I hear music.
Yeah.
And I see a new map.
You do?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes,
do?
I do too.
So you're on the road here. Do you have a token that you can use, sir? Just for rough
I
placement?
don't, but I'll just use the. You can use the character image. You should be able to just track that,
Yeah.
I think.
I'm trying that. Can you do it? There?
I can try.
Yeah.
Ah. There we go.
Thank you.
How did you do that?
I just grab the character in the character sheets and drag it over on the map.
Okay. So you've come to the actual edge of the river. As I said, the remains of a great bridge lies in ruins, but the stonework from the bridge blocks a good portion of the actual river and gives you a good place to cross there.
The streams that cross the stones are shallow but rapid.
Yeah.
Don't cross the streams.
Too late.
Yeah. But what you see is, looking across another river is a big camp. The palisade in there, most of it blackened from fire, and directly across from you is an opening in the gate where smaller palisades were put across to form a choke point. You see the ground is darker in colour.
Reddened.
Yes. Along with the rocks, and most of the parts of the rock have been cleaned from the stream, but the tops still glisten with the colour blood.
Taking crossbow in hand,
Yes.
leaving the horse on the other side of the stream,
Yes.
telling it to heal, and proceeding to cross the river
Okay.
carefully towards the camp.
Yes. If you move your token across, so, or I can move that. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So helps if we don't try to do it at the same time. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna handle my token.
Yeah. Okay. No hands on. Okay.
Yeah.
As you're approaching, you will see that, as per Templar doctrine, they've raised an earthwork at least 5 feet high, and then have ringed that with a palisade. But unlike the great palisade around the city of Bu, there is actually cross sections cut out to allow guardsmen to walk out and observe from it. So there will be a fighting wall behind this. For quick speed, they didn't set up a gate. They've set up many palisades and siege works to kind of deter people from charging in and form choke points. And it's from this point that you're coming in, you see a massive amount of gore. There's been a massive fight at this section.
Is the Templar flags, clothing, tabards?
What you will see is, you're not seeing bodies, but you are seeing discarded weaponry there, but not the major weapon. No long swords or great swords, more like knives or the occasional mace you come across. There is in the center of this mess, a Templar flag lying on the ground, soaking in the blood.
That can be dealt with later,
Yeah.
but I proceed to go climb over the rampart, the earthworks,
Okay.
and
You slowly you pull yourself up, and you squeeze through the gaps and for the choke points there, and you're presented with, right in front of you would be, when you're looking at, would be the command tent there. Just from the sheer size of it, you know that is the commander's tent there. On either side, there's lines of rows of 5 tents each. The size of them are massive tents for a patrol, which is 10 men each. And at the far corner is the next biggest tent, which is this
just
one.
the
Is the
supply
mess.
tent.
Mess
The
tent
mess tent.
supplies, yeah. It kind of doubles as a wee bit of everything there. It's supplies, mess, additional weapons there are all in there.
I continue along the right side,
Okay.
hugging the command tent,
Yeah.
listening, looking around.
Yeah.
Needed some moral support. He's hugging it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's while you are moving around there, as you can see, there is the occasional splatter of blood on the tents. Looking up around some of the walls, you see that there would appear to have been fighting also on the on the ramparts and the fighting wall, because there's blood there also. So it would appear that the camp, looking around, indication that the camp has been assaulted on all sides at once. But the thing that you haven't seen at all yet, when you've looked, is a dead body, either Templar
Or anything else.
or foe. There's been a fight here. You've seen
Have they all been eaten?
that again. There's none of the. You have come across creatures there, or you've seen the remains of creatures like the Chrysine dragon. If it was ever to come across, it would never, if it was eaten, it would never drag the bodies off. It would just leave the bones there for you to find. There's no bones there. Most of the battlefield, apart from the blood and a few of more like secondary weapons or just backup weapons, just simple equipment. Nothing.
It could be infections turned into the walking carcasses.
That is one possible thought that you're having there. The fact that there is no bodies there is coming into your mind. Yes. It is, however, as you're coming around, come to the front of the tent, because it's always set up to look inside the command tent. You see a figure standing in the middle. You stop, because the figure you do recognise. You recognise the armour. It's Thormus, the one who sent you the letter.
Commander?
He's just standing there, sword just hanging in the hand the tip just dragging in the ground. He's just staring up into the sky, blood covering his armor. You can see his armor's rent in places. A pauldron hangs loose.
Commander, tell me you're not infected.
He turns and he goes, I am not infected. But we've been betrayed.
That's where we end the episode.
Actually, good point. Yeah, let's. With the timing, I just noticed the timing. Good point. Yeah. Yep.
Betrayal! Betrayed!
Okay.
I actually expect. Yeah, that was fantastico. All right.
That was a magnificent timing for a cliffhanger.
Yes.
The next episode of this show will arrive in March. The precise date is to be announced. No, wait.
No.
No, it's
A couple weeks' time.
right. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you're
okay.
absolutely right. We're gonna have a break week,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna have
Carlos.
Carlos and you again.
Yep. So you've got 2 weeks, Carlos?
Carlos, you have 2 weeks, and John, you have 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So, on the note, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe, how many? I'm thinking originally I could do 8 episodes of the thing, but I think I might just break it up into just 2 episodes, beginning and end, or even a 3-parter.
For your
Make
one.
it make it a 3-parter.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
gonna have the introduction, the slump, and the redemption at
Yeah.
least.
Well, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
Boom.
We've already done the you. We've already done the need. We've already done the
Yeah.
go. We're in the search. Okay, I know where we're at.
My one is probably going to be more like maybe 9-10 episodes, I'm thinking, there.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Assuming we live long enough for that.
See,
Yeah,
what
so-
happens. See what happens. Yeah.
Well, at this pace, it's gonna last a year, but hey.
Yeah. But I think I actually don't mind doing it that way because it at least then gives us, because we're doing different storylines there, we're breaking up and we're actually exploring other storylines, so we're not potentially doing burnout like what we were doing with 2 years of. Don't get me wrong, 2 years of Babylon 5 was great. It's great fun. Be nice to return to it. But at the same
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Keep in mind the
Supposed to be
2 or
fine.
3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna Babylon 5 is gonna kick up in next month.
Yep.
So we're gonna have more info on that come March. We're gonna get our marching orders.
Yep.
Are we going to get them on March 4th?
March
Probably.
4th. That's good. Is
Beware
there
the Ides of
any
March.
questions in the chat there?
Not at the moment, but maybe Froggy will pipe up, or maybe Architect of Tears has questions.
Yeah, because
I'm with you, Froggy. I did not expect to find anybody alive either. I expected that.
Yeah, neither did I. I expected to find something alive, but that something would attack me immediately.
Yes, is Zim alive?
Zim is actually alive.
yes,
That's the extent of my knowledge.
yeah. Sim has decided that the best way for a character of his to survive is not by playing a campaign.
Yes. Are any of his characters alive is another question. Yes.
I generally have a rule. I don't like the idea of killing a person's character if they're not there to observe.
I like that rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's poor sportsmanship to kill a character that can't defend itself.
I did it once, but they told like, "Hey, but it was Curse of Strahd, so of course when he left, it had to.
Yeah, if that's told beforehand,
Actually-
like if you're missing a session,
Actually, I think what ended up happening is they intentionally betrayed the party, and the party killed them.
Drama.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Yes.
So, Carlos, music.
Okay, music time. Here's the thing: does it actually like cut in or out when I talk in the music?
Nope. Goes smooth.
Until you stop. Then it cuts in and out.
Oh, an original song. That's what we said, right?
Yeah.
Playing D&D with my friends. And gonna stream it. How will it end? I don't know. But it's fun to find out. Gonna roll them dice and figure all this shit out. There we go. How's that?
Yep.
All right. Copyright free.
Yeah.
Because I just made that
actually-
shit up right now.
And this is when we find
Actually,
out EMI.
copyright owned.
No, we own the copyright. EMI, you're not taking the copyright. You're not claiming this bloody song. Date is the 6th of February 2021. Time is 23:06. That is stamped in the UK. Can we get the time of the other countries? If we did see this being so, we will sue your arse.
Eastern Standard Time. It is February 6th.
I've written better. Can I get like another? I would like another take at that.
Fair
I've
enough.
written better.
Well, we totally could make that into our new intro song.
Or we
This is
could,
it.
we
Clip
could
that,
actually
clip that.
make it our intro song for our D&D sessions. Because
We shall
this,
see.
this mentioned D&D.
Yeah. Also, it is the 7th of February.
I could write some lyrics.
1:07 a.m.
Yeah.
I could sing
Tomorrow
them
already.
badly.
Wow.
Yes, I am in the land of the future.
Yeah.
I do recommend the 7th of February. It is quite nice.
The Super Bowl's today, tomorrow. There.
Yes.
We do not practice this foolishness. We only do the hockey.
The only thing I care about is that Tom Brady gets embarrassed and fucking loses.
Yes.
So
Yes, in the
Go
future
Chiefs!
we have
Go Chiefs!
we have grown away from the Super Bowl.
The one thing I'll give American football... the
oh,
thing-
we can't say that word, by the way. It's called the big game.
Oh, yeah, the big game. Sorry. Of
the
course.
big game. We
Of
can't
course,
say
about
that
the
S
big
word.
game. Of course. About
The
The
S
Super
word is
Bowl.
copyrighted or something.
You can't, dude. You can't say that word.
Supper?
Yes. Or
Super
owl.
Bowl.
You could say superb owl.
Superb owl.
Oh, yeah. The superb owl is happening in the past. It is not the concern of the future.
The thing I actually find... The thing I actually don't mind about American football is when it comes to the teams, they all have a kind of even playing field with how much they can... You know, it's... What's it? The cap's 100 million
Yeah.
for the team.
it's-
Probably more than that, but yes. They all have the same amount they can
It
spend.
promotes a lot of trades and back
Yes.
and forth and keeps everybody on an even keel.
And that, I actually think, is ironically something I think that is actually needed in football, in soccer.
You mean
At
soccer?
the
I
pay
understand.
limits.
Oh,
No,
did you hear how much Messi makes?
How much?
They were talking. He puts all these other huge contracts like Trout and Kershaw and those guys, or any other sport, completely to shame. He's
Yeah,
making like
but
4
Messi's a
times as much
fantastic player.
as the highest in any other sport.
He is a
He's the
fantastic
best.
player.
Around. I'm not going to
150
sing the
million a
song
year or
no
something?
more. 'Cause we will get sued.
Ah,
But by changing
This is
it
just a
enough, I
parody
made
for
it
y'all.
But by making enough changes, I might have made a parody, so I'm then not getting copyright
yeah.
demonetized.
Apparently, Lionel Messi is making 26 million in British pounds per year.
More than that.
Pound sterling. That's what the Google says. Neymar makes 36 million pound sterling.
Messi's
However-
contract was recently, as in like last week, revealed to be making about 150 million US dollars per year.
150 million United States dollar dues.
I'm trying to think. It's like some like the top
I don't think he's
tennis
worth that.
players. I don't think any player's worth that.
I mean, legit. I don't think that the soccer makes that much money.
Soccer
Oh,
is the
it makes a
biggest
lot of
sport
money.
in the
Okay,
world.
all right.
It is bigger than your hand egg.
Yes, I know. I
But
know.
the
Yes, Bill Gates makes more, yes.
I mean, it's
But he doesn't handle the ball as well.
I'll be a bit concerned if he is handling it. No, I better not say that.
Dude, there's a video of
Never
Bill
mind, I didn't say that.
jumping over a chair during an Oprah interview. That fool's got some hops. Legit. Standing straight up over the chair.
You know who's ironically Barack Obama used to play basketball with his Secret Service, and
Yes.
he used to own them. It's
That dude can ball. Yes.
Also, Bill Gates is pretty low on the richest people.
Trump can beat him in golf.
By hitting him with the golf club.
I don't know.
probably by
Moving on.
blowing up half the golf club at the golf course, and then sinking
joke
the
being-
boat, and then going, "That's the new hole."
Sorry to interrupt. You were going to say Worcester?
Bill Gates is only number 3 now.
Yeah.
Oh, and richest man we're talking about.
Yep.
Elon Musk, I think at 1. Jeff Bezos is it Jeff Bezos at number 1?
Elon Musk surpassed Jeff Bezos.
Right.
His net worth is almost 200 billion US dollars. Almost. Jeff Bezos coming at 182.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
It's
Was that Mike?
much.
Who did the bit? Oh, it was Michael. You know how everyone's talking about the GameStop
Yes.
stock? You know who was one of the people that was actually buying the other way around to stop the short there?
Don't know.
Michael Burry. He was the one that shorted the American subprime market mortgage. He was the one that...
Oh. Allegedly.
No, he did it. No, that's what...
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No.
He did
We
not
don't
allege.
talk-
Oh, yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, he found that the market was going to collapse and shorted it to actually make his investors money because they would have lost money when it did collapse.
There you go. Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Logic.
So it's
Fools.
this is the argument when people talk about shorting. Yes, shorting can be nasty, but if the counter argument is if a company or industry is healthy, it should not be able to be shorted at all.
It
That's
seems
why
to me
companies wear
like
long
when you have
pants.
the big bully. See, there used to be a term in poker
Yeah.
where somebody had the big pot of money
Yeah.
and they could bully the table because they had the big pot.
That's potentially one of the arguments about shorters is you could potentially, if you gain a reputation of being able to work out which companies are going to collapse short and gain a reputation of that, and they just see that you're shorting a company. If you're just shorting for the wrong reason, not because you believe that they're not economically viable, but you just hate the CEO of the company.
It's pretty hard to prove intent in court.
Yes.
Yeah, shorting should be illegal. Seriously. You should not be allowed to sell stocks that you don't own.
The problem
That's
is
the-
allegedly the banking system makes the law. Hence
Yeah.
why the FDIC was established.
Did you know that in the United States, it was illegal to short stocks until 2015?
Yes.
Did you also know that in the United Kingdoms, it was legal to own a slave until 2015?
Oh
So
yeah,
before 2015, they had to be
2015.
stocks, but now they put people in stocks. No. But now
Because-
they can call them stock because you can shorten your stock.
because
If believe it or not, the year is 2021 and slavery is still legal in the United States.
yeah, it's,
Prisoners,
It's called the prison
prisoners
system.
count as slaves.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah, when you look at how much you pay the slaves for the labor.
But that's fine. I mean, we have the most people in prison.
Yeah.
It's
So you're the experts at
USA.
prisoning people.
USA.
USA.
The
America!
But this talking about stuff like slave. Well, actually, talking about the slaves, the one that was quite nasty to find out is in 1830 when UK banned the slave trade.
They didn't ban owning the slaves.
They didn't. Well, they didn't ban the owning the slaves. It also didn't stop other countries in certain areas having slaves. So
Yeah,
there was actually parts of the empire that still actually had slaves there. What we banned was the international trade sale of slaves. There.
Yeah, getting mighty political here.
Political
Maybe
here,
it's
yes.
maybe it's
Yeah,
time
we're
to-
doing it
time to
again,
stop.
guys. I'm sorry. It's because one chance to get thrown. No. Let's talk about something fun, like enjoy your guys' time off.
Yep.
Actually, I gotta be getting off because
Yeah.
I do have a family in the house and I need to start shutting up and letting them sleep.
And I've got to get ready for the big game tomorrow.
Yeah.
The
Superb
superb.
owl.
The
Yes,
superb
you need-
owl.
The superb
Yeah,
owl.
you need to take care of the owl. Mm.
Yeah, send him
Or
some
the soup
tweets about
R-
it from the superb owl.
And I hope Tom Brady's team loses. That's the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Frog scanner. It would be inhumane and cruel. It's only -11. They wouldn't survive. It needs to be at least -30 degrees outside for them to survive in the natural habitat.
Oh, so they'll melt if they go outside. Okay.
Exactly.
Is Froggy saying just put your family out into the wilds?
That's where they came from.
Release the hounds.
Where did your family come from, if not from the wild?
That's a good point.
I leave
but-
you with that question. Good night.
Yeah.
Half of it came from Scotland.
Well, I think it's time.
Yep.
Bonus nachos.
Yeah.
I think Froggy wanted to get out of here as
Yeah,
well.
sure.
Just nachos, everyone.
Bonus nachos.
Bonus nachos.
Bonus nachos, y'all.
Sleep well, Froggy.
All right.